champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Hey, yo, back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Red. Never gets old, folks. It never gets old. Happy to have you all back with us wherever you're listening. You catch us on the all podcast outlets. That's cool. WoodwardSports.com. That's cool. However you're doing it, we are certainly glad that you are. Tap in to that WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Detroit Dabber, the first one in, says, good morning. Good morning, Dabber. Hello, Adam. Hello, and happy Punchki Day 2023.
I got it.
You got it.
This day is celebrated, Adam Morrissey. Thank you by indulging in the traditional Polish jelly-filled pastry known as a punchki. Mine is custard-filled. Fish and I were going over. We had a choice between lemon, buttercream, which we weren't sure anybody tell me what buttercream is, and custard. So happy Punchki Day out there to wherever you're enjoy your Polish tradition.
There he is, D-Man. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Darren McCarty. He's 12 years old. There it is. There's one down. There's one down. I deal with professionals around this place. Between you, Spenmo, wash it down with that Coke. There you go, D-Mac. Come on.
Wow, I got all this white stuff all over me. Things have changed. It's 2023. That's my one and only punchki because it's all about balance.
I could tell by the way you ate it. It is definitely all about balance. Memo, what's your go-to punchki, man?
Punchkis suck. I don't eat punchki.
A jelly donut, you mean?
Yeah.
No.
They are a jelly donut. They absolutely are. What about you, Sam Flannel? What's your go-to flavor?
My go-to one is definitely raspberry, and I had one this morning before I even came here, and then the temptation overcame me, and I had a lemon one in the back that Adam Morrissey brought, so I'm not going to be feeling too good the rest of the day, because those things hit like a brick, but they're so good.
That is a good lesson in the law of diminishing returns. If you ever want to teach someone the law of diminishing returns, have them eat a punchki or a donut, and it's the greatest thing on earth.
Yep.
It's so great that you go in for a second one. And it's good, but it's not as good as the first one was. But it's still good.
Never is.
But then you go in for a third one trying to chase the high.
In my 50 years, almost 51 years on this planet, you know what? Learning about the balance is knowing that will be the greatest punchki that I've eaten in a long time. Right? Exactly. I'm going to keep it at one. So I'm going to go by what you tell me. Right? Knowledge is power. You only need one, but if you want to do 10, go ahead. Spenny. Really?
Really?
How about punchki vodka? No? Is it?
You do it.
Are
Stop.
you waiting?
I'm not vodka
we got a
guy.
bigger issue here. You're not vodka?
I'm not a vodka guy, no.
If it was all we had,
Yes.
thank you. See, there's levels to this. There's levels to this.
He's so out. He's so this isn't not his day.
Yeah.
We learned something new.
DMAP Zoom says, I'm watching you guys from a diner eating some pecan pancakes, eggs, and turkey sausage.
No, that's a good breakfast.
That's a good breakfast.
I'm not a big breakfast guy. Alicia wants to know, but how many Pop-Tarts have you had today, DMAC?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I had no Pop-Tarts today. I saved it for the punchki. Exactly. This is healthy, DMAC, right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
One punchki. I'll have Pop-Tarts for lunch.
That's fair.
Alicia,
punchki Pop-Tarts. Sorry.
Alicia says prune filling. Love them.
What?
That's aggressive.
Wait, what?
Prune punch. That is a thing.
What are you trying
You know who
to
likes
do?
prune? Greg Campy likes the prune ones a lot too. It's weird. I know. It's really weird.
I'm just thinking of what that does to the system.
Yeah.
Fast acting.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And guys, we do need to get serious for a moment here. Tammy Chin says, good morning, Darren, Neal, Sam, and Spencer. And I did want to bring this to light because sometimes as a community, you have to come together for people that might be facing insurmountable odds. And for those that know, Tammy Chin is in the hospital. She got her gallbladder removed. And unfortunately for Tammy, things have taken a turn for the worse. And we need to band together as a community now. She was given cream of wheat for breakfast this morning.
The blasphemy!
in the hospital.
She just had surgery.
Yeah, she was given cream of wheat for breakfast. Now, the gallbladder stuff, that's fine.
Yeah, oh yeah, health-wise.
But cream of wheat for breakfast is a tragedy and something where we all have to band together as a Big D Energy and Woodward Sports community and help and aid, thoughts and prayers to get Tammy Chin through breakfast this morning. Nobody deserves cream of wheat. You've already went through a medical procedure. That's enough trauma. But I know that as a community together, Tammy, we can lift you up and get you through a cream of wheat breakfast.
Breaking news. Oh, live on the scene. I just heard she actually got Greek yogurt. Somebody found a way. The red sirens run. She put out the 911 and she ate Greek yogurt. The cream of wheat was set aside again. Right?
I believe. But hey, this is what I like. Right away, the community. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. When will this stop, Neal? Thoughts and prayers aren't going to take cream of wheat away from our sweet Tammy, and they're not. But that's all we have to give right now. And if we give enough of ourselves, Tammy Chin will overcome a cream of wheat breakfast.
You can do it, Tammy. We're all with you. Say a prayer for Tammy right now. Don't fall in. They're going to keep it. They put it to the side. They don't even take it away. They don't even take it away. They leave it there. Has she been through enough, Neal?
But what they don't know is that this community right here,
Woodward Sports Network,
with Woodward Sports, Big D Energy, we are strong together. David Mentier says, is there a GoFundMe? We're efforting right now to put one together.
You know what,
to get actual Quaker Oats or something that is palatable to be put into Tammy Chin to bring her back, to get her home from the hospital. We can do it. We can do it.
Absolutely. And if you can't get by the tone of this music, right, that's how dire it is. Good luck, Tammy.
Yeah, good luck, Tammy. We will stay strong for you. I will be a professional, and I will press on. Spencer will press on. Sam Flannel will press on. Darren McCarty will press on. We will deliver a quality show with heavy hearts, but we will step up and get the job done. Tammy, this show we dedicate to you and to your breakfast struggle.
Absolutely.
All right.
Together, we can achieve anything. That guy 62. You nailed it, brother.
Yep. So there you have it. We will do this, and we'll put it together. Cody Code says, Tammy! So we are going to do that. It is. It's just when you see something like that, it stops you in your tracks and makes you appreciate the fact that you had a choice in your breakfast this morning.
Absolutely.
Not everybody gets that luxury, D-Mac.
Unbelievable. That punchki just tastes so much better right now, knowing the alternative.
Knowing what the alternatives were.
What the alternative. I might even have to have a second one just to get the sight of cream of wheat out of my head.
Right. David Mentier says, well, fortunately, it's almost lunchtime for Tammy. His cousin's Maine Lobster around. Well, when the barcode pops up later on in the show, scan it, and we'll see. And we'll see where it was. Kool-Aid Kid says, that was beautiful, horrific, but a beautiful act of support. And that's what we're about here. That's what we are about here. But, dude, got a big-time show lined up for you as well. I do want to talk about this, too, because, and I think we have the footage, right? The Arizona Cardinals' new coach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Boo-boo. Neal. Hey, guys.
This is unbelievable.
Sam. I thought it was Sam Flannel going to the stage right there, shooting guns off.
Yeah,
you know.
So for those of you that don't know, the Arizona Cardinals seem to have a job that nobody wanted. Nobody wanted to be the coach of the Arizona Cardinals. And there's probably a multitude of reasons behind that, be it Kyler Murray's contract, be it the fact he's locked in forever, and that you're pretty much stuck with them. But Jonathan Gannon, who's the son of Rich Gannon, correct?
Yes.
Former NFL MVP. Jonathan Gannon met his new team that he's the head coach of. Now, we have footage of this.
We do.
I want you guys to watch this, okay? This is the most uncomfortable set of circumstances and the most awkward dude I've ever met in my life. This is like a coworker if you worked at an accounting firm. Roll the footage, Spetty. Take a look at this.
Thanks, man. I'm excited for you. I know. I know. It's going to be good. What's up? Hey! What's up, man? How you doing? Good. Good. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shots. explosives. You can run. Hey, Calvin, how you doing, man? Good to meet you. Yeah.
Can we just get the Kyler Murray thing? Who does this? Look, guys, again, listen to this. Here's him meeting Kyler Murray.
Shots. Explosives. You can run. Hey, Calvin, how you doing, man?
That's enough.
Yeah, thank you, man.
When he meets the guard is a weird one too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good. Nice to meet you. Will, right? Hernandez. Yeah, big old guard. That's right. I like it. Good.
Who is this guy?
Is this a meet and greet? This is a meet and greet. But with the luckiest fan. That's more like that's more like you got to go to work with your dad day, isn't it? Like, oh my God, the shoe. Did you see Kyler Murray's face?
I think
that's a guy that loves Call of Duty. So explosive shots.
That was Christian Kirk. I think.
Oh, that was Christian Kirk.
No, was it? Okay.
Oh well. Do you see the look on his face, sort of like when they pan the camera away? Like it's like, oh my God. Oh,
Is that the most uncomfortable thing you've ever seen?
Yeah. He gets so close to Zach Ertz at the beginning too.
Here's the question though. If I said to you, I'm going to play you a clip, and you tell me what position in the organization this guy holds, you're not saying coach first, are you?
Dude,
if you see this and I said to you, hey, I'm going to play you a clip. This guy here just got hired. What is it? You'd be like, oh, he must be the draft capital guy, or he must be the salary cap guy, the capologist. Not the head coach, bro.
Xavier Dupont says, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. That guy's 62. LMFAO. Oh, God. Big old guard. Ha, ha, ha. Dude.
That
was Rondell Moore.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Whoever.
It doesn't matter who it was.
Yeah. Guys, you know what? You know what I thought of when I saw this? This is Zach Wilson going across the stage at the draft. It ain't going to work. It's over already. Much like Zach Wilson is quarterback of the Jets, I saw all I needed to see, D-Mac. It's a wrap. Like, just fire him now. You guys, mark my words on this.
Wait. Look at how he checks the guy. Look at how he checks him out.
Good.
Check, dude. He like literally checked him out.
Explosives.
Look at
this. Is the
He's like,
guys.
This?
Hey guys, for a moment, let's go to today, right? Or after the press conference when all the players get together, or 4 or 5 of them go out. What are they? Like, seriously, wait till one of them cracks or whatever, because what do you they're saying the same things as we are, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They have to be. Did you see the look on that man's face?
He's the anti-Dan Campbell.
Bro.
He's the mega Dan Campbell.
No, wait. So can we, Nathaniel Hackett, okay, who just 1 year, out of any of the
He's a better coach than this guy. He's a better coach than this guy.
Better coach, and he looks, and even him looking like deer in the headlights. And this is the Broncos coach for a year that came in, and he was fired. And I think was he just hired as the Jets offensive coordinator, like quarterback coach, quarterback mind, right?
Yeah.
But the fact is that he looked lost from that first. Remember the first game, Denver? They tried to kick the 63-yard field goal instead of going whatever. Like
doesn't matter. He's more clued in than this guy.
But in the locker room, going to camp, what are these guys saying for the offseason? I mean, wholly uncomfortable.
D-Mac, you can't fake the look on those men's faces.
Hey, you know, if I'm part of that organization or whatever, and just going, like, how did, as one person, right? We talk about Aaron Rodgers and what he can do to set the Green Bay Packers back, but Kyler Murray signing that one contract, because it goes down to this is the only guy you can get to coach, guys you'd be brought in. I mean, are we watching this just explode? Shots, explosive, boom, boom, you can run.
Cardinals.
That's what's going to go down, boom, in Glendale.
Cardinals.
Holy cow.
Go get Cliff Kingsbury back right now.
Yeah.
Go get him back now. Go to the Philippines or Taiwan, or wherever he is. Go get him and bring him back.
So I got to assume Eric Bieniemy turned down the coaching job.
That had to be.
And a whole bunch of other guys turned down this.
That had to be the last resort for them. I hope it was. I hope they didn't go seek that guy out. He is as good as fired right now. I don't know what the odds are. There's got to be odds somewhere on the next coach to be fired, and I'm sure there's going to be long odds because he was just hired. Mm-hmm. Give it a spin. Like my Jalen Duren Rookie of the Year, just give it a spin. Put $5 on it. Put $10 on it. That's never going to work.
Yeah.
Never going to work. So
has anybody ever been hired and fired before the regular season started as a coach?
I'm sure it probably has happened, but it should happen again. Spenmo Wax My Face says that's the janitor. Oh, man.
Shoo. Like, come on. Like, who does that?
What adult does that?
Right, exactly. I mean, I do that with the 5-year-olds, but come on.
Oh,
that was
man.
crazy.
Ryan says, I've been fired in less than 2 weeks before. I mean, I guess there's precedence for it. Lyle Knight says he's the cream of wheat of coaches. Just wanted to share that with you guys.
Wow.
That's a professional football team in the NFL. That's their coach. Good luck. Cross the Cardinals off the list. Won't have to deal with them. Let me tell you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It's a series about fighting the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or you know someone who's struggling, thesportsma.com. Again, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Off and running here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here. In the building, we are off and running. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Tap into that as well. Get your thoughts out there, boy. People really getting a good laugh. Josh S. says, does he make it as long as Nathaniel Hackett? Not if I'm the owner. He doesn't. If I'm the owner of the Cardinals, he's gone today. By the end of this hour, he's gone. No way. No way that works.
Thank God for Motor City Dan Campbell. And I see it in the chat thread. Oh, my God, are we so grateful.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if you guys caught this morning. This jumped in to our attention zone. Did you catch Micah Parsons' act, by the way, Spenny?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I know that you did.
I sure did. So this is the original tweet.
The original tweet from Micah Parsons, or the original tweet that came out. And you guys know Amon-Ra St. Brown has been, pushing for Jalen Ramsey to come to Detroit. Amon-Ra's quote on social media: Jalen, if you can hear this, I know you played with Goff before. Detroit might seem like a landing spot, my guy. Talk to me. Talk to me. And it went and made the rounds, and everybody was fired up about it, and it was pretty cool. But a guy who is quickly catching up to a Jalen Green level of douchedness, I guess you could say. Micah Parsons stepped in and said, I'm sorry, no one going from L.A. to Detroit. And that was Micah Parsons. Direct tweet. I go to Darren McCarty, the ambassador for the Detroit community, to get his thoughts on one Micah Parsons. Good football player, but...
Yes, let me caveat this with I'm a huge Micah Parsons football player fan. Right? I mean, he is one of the best and absolutely would take him on my team any day. However, Mr. Parsons, Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champ, might know something about winning over here. You may have been correct in the past, and I will give you that. Past behavior that Detroit for our football team was not a destination place. However, things have changed, sir. And I look at this, Neal, when I saw this, I went, oh, don't look at this as something of, you know what, they're crap or whatever. This is something that he's scared. He's a little bit scared because he doesn't know. Don't tell me the temperature of my city when you don't know what it is. Oh, what do we have? Was it big number 58? Oh, Penei Sewell, we drafted him in front of you and solidified. And last year we saw him manhandling. Things are different in this town. Motor City, Dan Campbell, right? Brad Holmes, everything else with this Detroit Lions team. So that is past behavior, sir. That is, I will not take that tolerance. I'm not going to put you in the Jalen Green because I respect you as a football player more, but all this blasphemy. And if you saw Jalen Ramsey's response to this where he said, hey, my guys, Jared Goff, and I tried my best to get you in the playoffs this year. I won't comment on my future, though. We shall see. For anything else, if you're a Lions fan, that the door is open and the conversations are being had. That's what it tells me. And it tells me that Dallas, you got more things to worry about your own friggin' team. Right? Then don't worry about my team. We're doing things. So when you see this, people out there know that now your Detroit Lions are in the other team's heads and other players' heads. They know you're coming. They know you're coming, so you're going to see more of this. And they're going, what do they revert back to? Oh, my God, it's Detroit. The city sucks. They don't get anything. This is our city. Woodward Sports, Big D Energy. We know what this city is. Laugh at that clown when they say things like that because you know the truth. Things are different here now, especially down there. Perfect. I can't wait. And you know why, Neal? And this is why you don't hear it out of Detroit, because Detroit knows that they have to go through Dallas. They know they lost to Dallas last year. They know this NFC, but we're willing to do it. And I sense a little bit of fear. They don't want us getting any better. Let's keep it away. That, what he said, Neal, yes, it used to be. All over the board. Why would anybody come here? We talk about it unless you're going to get a paycheck. But that's changed. It's changed in the hockey. Steve Eisman proved it this summer. He's going to continue to prove it. Brad Holmes, right, doing the job. So Micah Parsons, with all due respect, great football player, but you have no idea, and we're coming. The Lions are coming. And this just senses fear. And not, hey, and this is Micah Parsons, blue check mark, all pro. Guy, this guy, he's talking. This ain't somebody that you don't know or going, oh, he plays on this team. This is a legit dude. Scared, Neal. That's what I see. The Storm. What are they? Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. Oh, yeah. Winter is coming. It's got Detroit Lions written all over it. So I look at this, and I got upset a little bit to the fact that, but I can't give it the Jalen Green hurt to it as much because it also shows me is how it's being seen from outside. We're not just thinking that we have all this here with Brad Hunter, our team. This is how we're looked at from outside the NFL and the best players in the league. It's good.
The thing that jumps out to me about it, and Spenny put this one ever so eloquently after the Lions-Cowboys game. Now, we know the result was a result. That's all right. You know, that's in the past right now, but Spenny talked about it. Penei Sewell put him in a phone booth, put him on skates. That's what it was. And Penei Sewell, you know, has welcomed a new son to his family, effective immediately. Of course, that will be Micah Parsons. Here's the bottom line with Micah Parsons, all right? Worry about your stuff. Worry about the turnover factory that is Rayne Prescott in the playoffs, because we've seen it time and time and time and time again. We'll settle this, my friend. We'll settle this with Rayne Prescott under center for the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. I wonder how that'll work out, Spenny. Wonder how it'll work out.
We'll see. It was a one-score game until the fourth quarter last year.
It was.
The Lions turned the ball over like 4 times. So
it was.
Playing in Jerry's World again next year.
Absolutely. And
hey,
we'll
don't
see.
you like it though? Hey, keep telling guys not to come here. And then when guys respond, it's not like, because in the past, Jalen Ramsey's response would have been, yeah, you know it, bro. Mm-hmm. You know it, bro. Like, or laugh or emoji or one of those little like cry faces laughing out loud. That's not the way it is. So to me, that tells me a lot more. Not only tells me what the rest of the NFL and the players itself think about our team and what's coming, but it also tells you that conversations are being had. In homes we trust, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just thought it was worth, a little segment to touch on He ain't getting away with that stuff. Not in here. Not with this guy to my left. And that guy 62 says, I'll do the voice for it. Dakota Rain coming to the stage. Yeah. Outside, the clouds are forming. Dakota Rain to the main stage. Philippines on Demand says D-Mac just put Micah into the boards. Dirty Dr. D says don't rain on Dakota.
You know what, Neal? And you know what? That wasn't really towards Micah. Micah was the reporter that asked the question. That's for everybody else. So that's everybody on notice, is that it ain't the same Detroit, ain't the same Lions. And don't dog my city. I mean, like, are we not over that? Like, we all know. And plus, we want people that want to be here. And we're going to beat his butt when we play him next time.
Our audience, man. You on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. BD3 Thought Criminal says $3 Jaeger bombs for the next 2 songs. Why does it turn into a strip club DJ with Dakota Rain?
That was so good.
Rain Dakota.
Hey, you know what?
Rain Prescott.
It's an audition.
Yeah. I do have that. That is my backup plan. Like if this all falls apart, do you think I got the future down there on 8 Mile? No doubt. And it certainly would be cool. Yes, the chat is on fire right now. It is, and it should be. Again, I'm going to spend a ton of time on it because there's not a lot to say. I believe my associate handled that perfectly. That is our statement. I believe we will be sending that out on social media shortly if we have not already. So, forward all correspondence.
And that goes to everybody.
Yeah.
That goes to everybody. Like I said.
The whole NFL is on notice right now.
And
that's
but
the
they
way
have
it is.
been. It's not. Didn't take me just to say that. It's been that way. It's permeating. They know. And you know what the best thing is? Our team's self-aware of it too, but not getting ahead of themselves.
Yep. Stick says retirement plan. Neal and Stick own a strip club called Draft Capital.
Wait, I can just imagine. You got to pay. Oh, we'll pay you.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to pay. We'll pay you.
Saturday nights.
Wait, no, Stick. Hold on. Let me go through the books. Oh, we can have her in.
Yeah.
Right, but we got to cut these two. Right, we got to balance it.
Saturday nights are first round pick Saturdays.
Oh, the big night, draft day.
Yeah.
There it is.
Lottery Friday night. So I think we can make that work, Stick.
You know what? And you know what? We'll stick a haircut in place out the side.
There you go, next door.
Because we all know that if you need your haircut, you got to come to Lady Jane's. And if you come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience, you can register for once in a lifetime opportunity to win the down payment for your dream home. How does $200,000 sound? Yes, I said it. $200K. Get to Lady Jane's. Register. Open 7 days a week. Walk in any time. It's wicked awesome.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Spencer Baxter, Sam Flannel here with you. Happy to have you along for the ride. I guess you guys like the Micah Parsons discussion, so we will leave it. We will leave it at that. WoodwardSports.com chat thread.
But am I wrong?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Is so The temperature is we're ready, and we know it. And it's all, you know what it's like, Neal? It's like we put the work in. We're putting the work in. Our guys are putting the work in. We're watching it. We're seeing, it's sort of like what I always say is like, what do you put in to get out, right? So like the preparation is there. The due diligence is there, right? Crossing the T's and dotting the I's is there. We see it. We know it. And this from Micah Parsons tells me that the rest of the NFL, two of the best players, know it too.
Yeah, it is. It's something, man, because they wouldn't say it if they weren't thinking about it.
No, and think about it. First you think about it and don't say it. How much stuff is not said, right? Especially when you're an athlete, especially nowadays, right? Because everything's going to be captured. And then when you actually do say it, so you've been thinking about it for a while, haven't you?
It's been on your mind.
It's been on your mind.
And my guess is
we're
it's been on his mind.
How about this, boys and girls? The teams we're trying to chase, right? And the Dallas Cowboys being one of them, we're renting space in one of their best players' minds. Right? So I got to think that that's contagious to a bunch around the leagues.
You know what else too, D-Mac? Like you go back to that loss to the Cowboys and spending, like people forget that was a one-score game in the fourth quarter. And I know it's very Lions to be sitting here talking about how it was a one-score game in the fourth quarter. However, and this is a lot like this parallels Penei Sewell's career to me, where Ish got changed and it got changed real quick. And as Penei said, man, he put Micah Parsons in the phone booth. And Micah wanted to get out of the phone booth, but then Penei grabbed him by his collar and said, no, you're staying in the phone booth. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's it. That's all. And I love that, Spenny. And that didn't get because they lost, it didn't get the attention that it deserved.
Well, no,
because we've seen him do this.
No, you know whose attention it got? Micah Parsons.
Got Micah Parsons'
because
attention.
that's when he's going, oh, wow. That's when it starts creeping in, is to realize that if you asked him probably who doesn't he want to go against, one of the top guys, and it's Penei Sewell, because he knows what's coming. That's where it started. So sometimes the end result in losing, but you actually gain. And I think that's what the case is here with the Lions.
You know what, you guys, and this is where I have to bring a little bit of a counterpoint to the show. You guys are overcorrecting a little bit when it comes to the whole Penei Sewell, Micah Parsons thing. The meme that somehow, some way, Penei Sewell is Micah Parsons' father. Do you remember in that game in which they lost 24-6, Micah Parsons had 2 sacks and a forced fumble, and the Cowboys defense held the Lions to 6 points? Come on, guys. They're both great players. I understand what Micah Parsons did was a little bit reckless, but this idea that Penei Sewell's just eons better or dominated that matchup, that's crazy. Come on, guys. When
he was squared up with Micah Parsons.
One-on-one, Sam.
Okay, it's
won
one
the
play.
battle.
You guys are acting like Micah Parsons got just destroyed by Penei Sewell. That's false. Micah Parsons wrecked that game. Penei Sewell's great, but so is Micah Parsons.
I was more saying when did the thought creep into Parsons' head? Right? You can go on to whatever else.
Is it safe to say he's aware?
Oh yeah, and like
no. But what I'm saying is when that happens to you, and it's bigger, you go, oh, so this is like. And at the end of the day, Neal, does it as an athlete? This tells me how many years has Micah Parsons been a professional athlete? Couple.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is where your mouth runs into it. If he's a veteran, he realizes he has nothing to gain by saying stuff like this. To your point, Sam. It obviously something cracked, and that's why we say, with no disrespect, he's probably one of the best at his position to that point. But something cracked then, because why are you going to say different shit like this now?
Shane Sandrock says those plays were on Decker's side. Your rebuttal.
And that's fine, but he still wrecked that game. Micah Parsons
We're not arguing that, Sam. We're arguing when he went one-on-one with Penei Sewell that there was more of Penei Sewell being his daddy or his father than it was Micah Parsons owning him. Is that correct or not?
Penei Sewell did a fine job against Micah Parsons, but the reality
very
is,
fine player,
I
right?
keep getting told that if your team loses, they scored 6 points in that game. Penei Sewell is not Micah Parsons' father. I'm glad that the Lions picked Penei Sewell. He's a great player, but that's where I think some Detroiters get a little bit sensitive and overcorrect. And I know that's kind of the stance that I always take, but that's lunacy. That meme is lunacy. I know it's a meme, but come on, guys.
All right, hey, we gonna see.
All right.
We gonna see, aren't we?
See, I think that's where it started, where he's in. Like, Sam, do you think that Penei Sewell's in Micah Parsons' head, or no? Okay, that's an answer enough. That's answer enough that you had to that you had to think about it. So there's something to it.
I mean, those comments were... It didn't make any sense. So by those comments, by the evidence, maybe he is a little bit. I'm just saying that Micah Parsons dominated that game. And you guys are
as long as he was on Taylor Decker's side.
Okay, fine. But you're acting like
yeah, no, but that's what we were saying.
But we don't have the meme. We don't have the meme of Taylor Decker holding his new son, Micah Parsons.
Did we do that?
I mean, Penei Sewell's obviously already Trent Williams, but better, and Micah Parsons is mid. That's what you guys are
Trent
basically
Williams
saying.
is on the other side, isn't he? Trent Williams was blocking instead of Taylor Decker. It might be a different story.
But yeah, it could have been. That's all we're saying. Hey, right. And we'll see because they're on the schedule again next year, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I hope to God that Penei Sewell dominates them because I'm a Lions fan. Again, Micah Parsons dominated that game. Come on.
Did he dominate Penei Sewell?
Not necessarily, but Penei Sewell didn't dominate. It was basically a draw.
I think the pause.
It's not a
and
draw.
Sam answering that question spoke a lot. At least the listeners and the chat thread thought that the pause said a lot. It's just the start of where it is. Now there's still things to prove, right? And like Neal, you said, or somebody else said, was it Drake? We gonna see.
We gonna see, man. Absolutely, we will, because it's happening again. Boy, that one's gonna be fun, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What if they do end up with Jalen Ramsey?
That'd be awesome.
You trading 6 for him?
No.
Do you guys?
Me neither.
But do you guys look at it like I do? That with his response or something like that, there's more to it. Like it's not a dismissal. Like I'm not going to talk about my future. Let's just see. Right. That's if when we were talking about Detroit in the past, he would have said. Not a chance. Does anybody read behind the lines that there might be something there, at least a conversation, right? A conversation with Brad Holmes, who Terry Foster says is the best GM in Lions history, so we have to trust him, right? Mm-hmm. So that's different, isn't it?
Right.
Those are different waters swimming in, aren't they?
That's the moral
and
of the story.
And just have the conversation. That's where it starts.
That's the moral of the story. That's where it's on everybody's radar. That's a fair statement.
That's all it is.
That is a fair statement. And through it all, when Micah Parsons talks and when Sam Flannel says, oh, well, he was a game wrecker and stuff like that, they still have Rain Prescott at quarterback. They still have Rain Prescott.
Yep. No, I get it. I wouldn't want Dak Prescott on my team in the playoffs. Oh, Rain Dakota Prescott.
Oh, okay. I'm making it law that on Woodward Sports, you address him by his name. That is Rain Prescott.
Dakota Rain. It sounds like a country song.
Is it Dakota Rain Prescott?
No, it is Rain Dakota Prescott.
His first name's Rain?
Yes. Rain Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Good luck, Rain.
Wow, I didn't know that. Doesn't really change anything. But he made it rain.
All I know is in the playoffs when Dallas is out, they walk away saying, "Blame it on the rain."
Blame it on the rain.
Because the rain don't mind.
Yeah.
So just remember, God, I can't wait for that game already. It's gonna be fun. It will be Rain Prescott all week.
That is gonna be a good one.
In and out of every break, some kind of rain song. We're going to hook it up. It's going to be fun. You know, on a side note about all this, and after Sam Flannel started talking about it, I started thinking about this. And I started thinking about it because Memo brought it up for the show sheet. Do you know the Lions have the 5th best odds to win the NFC? Like, I think they're 10th in Super Bowl odds as well. And there you have it. Now the Lions will go ahead of the Packers once they move on from Aaron Rodgers. The Packers will fall by the wayside, and the Lions will occupy that spot. So look at that. After the Packers fall apart, it'll be the Niners and the Eagles pretty much neck and neck. And it'll be the Dallas Cowboys, quarterbacked by Rain Prescott, and the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, but who cares? You're in the graphic, right? I mean, it's the same thing as the conversation. Here's other points to show you around the league that the NFL looks into Detroit and goes, things are different, or they expect things to be different, just like we do. This should reinforce your belief if, like, a lot of people think that we can compete to win this division. Right now, the next step, obviously, that's maybe a little bit far-fetched, but is it really? Because what we're talking about right now, we're telling Sam or whatever that 24-6 ain't going to happen this year against Dallas. And we sitting here, and I know we're in February and whatever, we'll have more expectations of winning that game and competing in that game. Now, San Fran and Philadelphia, are they on the next level elite in the NFC? I think that they are, but is it something that we could play with or something we could strive to? I think we can. I think that they are closer and within reach. I think this year, the Dallas Cowboys, we're looking to do what we did to the Green Bay Packers last year, right? That's sort of our benchmark and to get to those next waters. The fact that the NFL and the fact that the odds and the betting public looks at it the same way should tell you something that this is becoming more real day to day. Now, results need to be given, but I like it. And I mean, at plus 1,300 right now, because who are the only teams that you really respect that you'd have to beat? It's those other two, right?
And that's
you figure
it,
you're playing Philly, or it's going to be you against Philly, or you against San Francisco. Maybe you could get into something. Maybe you end up playing a San Francisco or a Philly and their quarterback's hurt. You never know, but you're in the playoffs. There's another, I would check mark, hey, another piece of the conversation, just like Micah Parsons, just like NFL Pro Bowl players talking about your team positively or negatively. Your name's coming up. Your name keeps coming up. Your name keeps coming up. It's new behavior.
And for me, maybe you get lucky and you get to play against Rayne Prescott in the playoffs. Yeah, that's always a formula for success.
And here's the whole thing. What do we know about winning that division or getting that playoff game at home, right? Being that advantage, and maybe the matchups work out. Obviously, we know with injuries and stuff like that, we saw what happened with San Francisco and Philadelphia, where they, couldn't even have a fourth-string quarterback play gets hurt. Like ridiculous. So, saying there's a chance, Neal? Saying
there's a chance. Hey, Cintron. Let me tell you about Cintron. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and, of course, great taste, Cintron is the choice as far as the sparkling flavored energy beverage market is concerned. Proud partners with the Red Wings, proud partners with the Pistons, proud partners with Little Caesars Arena. You want to try it? If you're down there at a Wings game or a Pistons game, pick up a Cranberry Classic or a sugar-free. Why wait? Drink it, live it with Cintron.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in Downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Our Ryan Ermanni has begun the process with Custom Health Centers. He's already got a 6-pack. It happened that quick. Well, we're just playing. But he is down 15 pounds with the help of Custom Health Centers. They've had over 20,000 success stories. You can be the next one. They've helped many professional athletes lose weight. Former Lions Pro Bowl MVP Eddie Murray, NBA World Champion and bad boy Rick Mahorn. He's down over 50 pounds with Custom Health Centers. You can be next. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health Centers. 844-789-8446. Again, 844-789. Then it's Custom Health Centers. We are back pushing. What do you got, D-Mac?
I just want to reply. Sam Reynolds in the chat thread, that guy said, you guys are using this argument as an excuse to discount Micah Parsons. I just won't stand for it. Sam, no one is discounting Micah Parsons' ability. I'm discounting his mouth. Do you get it?
No, I did.
It ain't the ability, it's the mouth. And plus, people in the chat thread said you never answered the question.
I did answer the question. I said that Penei Sewell held his own against Micah Parsons, but
he held his own.
It's
a zero-sum game,
okay.
Sam Flannel. It's an either-or proposition.
Okay,
man.
but did Micah Parsons also have 2 sacks and a forced fumble
against Taylor Decker?
Okay, that's fine, but it was still the whole game. And Micah Parsons right now is a better overall player than Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell is just a better fit for the Lions.
So not letting up a pressure is holding your own?
Yeah, that's holding
What
your
else
own.
can he do to dominate the match?
Okay, he was good against Micah Parsons in that game, but you're using that as an excuse to say that Penei Sewell is
arguing
Micah
Parsons'
father.
ability and his stats and what he did. The thing we're trying to get to
I
is
actually
his
am
mouth.
when he locks up with Penei Sewell.
Well,
I actually am arguing it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Where that whatever like that, and we'll see it more this year and stuff like this. I'm discounting his mouth. His mouth.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Jack Harrington. Talk about the NFC odds, and the Lions are right there in the mix. He says that's because the NFC looks like hot garbage, Neal. And you know what, Jack? That could be the case, and that's fine, but we can't coach the AFC. All you can do is play the ball as it lies, man. They're in the NFC. Is that a break? Yeah, it probably is. So good. Take advantage.
Well, it's the same thing as in basketball. Right? Would you rather be in the East or the West? What's a better pathway to the playoffs?
Oh, yeah, the East, no doubt.
Right? So, I mean...
Once you get in, then it's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, in all likelihood, you want a easier path to get into the playoffs where anything can happen.
Silver says time to place those bets. And you know what? At 13-1 to win the NFC?
It's only going to go up.
Listen,
it's not going to get any better.
You've all spent... more money on worse
dumber
things.
Stuff.
On dumber things. Like, just remember that.
Yeah. Somebody said, too, they were giving me crap about the Jalen Darren for Rookie of the Year thing. People, like, he's plus 6,000 now. Hey, I gave it to you at 4,000. Dude had a, 30-point, 18-rebound game.
Yeah.
Twisted an ankle. I didn't say bet your grocery money on it. I said it's worth a spin, man. 400-1, dude. Come on. You're not getting right on a 400-1 bomb there. It was more for your entertainment. That was more of it. So I will say this, and we're going to battle this. And at least I admit that I'm going to battle it as the year goes on. And when you threw this on the sheet, the first thing that went into my mind about the Lions and their standing in the NFC right now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I do double clutch still. Like, I'm not all the way comfortable yet. I've allowed myself I've allowed myself to get more comfortable, I think, with the Red Wings. But when you see the Lions at 13-1 to win the NFC, and in the conversation with all the usual heavyweights in the NFC, does it make you nervous at all? Have you fought your way past that? Are you conditioned better? Because I'm not yet. I guess here's the answer. Here's what I'm trying to say. Do you still fear the bottom falling out? I do. It's just the nature of years of abuse.
Fear of some sort of bottom, but not bottoming out into the black cavernous well like the trapdoor. No. But I think that there is a bottom. There is a dirt floor, Neal, that if you do fall, that there's somewhere to go. At the end of the day, what you're saying is we all have to be that way. Remember what happened last year? Coming out of Hard Knocks, how geeked we were? We still got to see what this team does. They still got a lot of work to do, right? Free agency, draft, all that stuff. But what I believe, I think the trap door is still there, but there's a safety net underneath now.
I do want to address
safety net's Brad Holmes.
I do want to address this one real quick, and we'll have to welcome in Sam Flannel for it. Bronco 81. Neal's tone really changed when talking about a weak division or conference for the Lions versus the Big Ten. Sam Flannel, did I not say that? Did I not say the Big Ten is awful, but that's not Michigan's fault? Did I not say that word for word?
You did say that, but you basically discredited every single win they had except for Ohio State. That also happened, just for the record.
But they still were going to get in.
Are you going to discredit every Lions win against the Bears, the Lions win against the Falcons, whoever a bad team is. That's all they're saying. I don't expect you to, but that's more what he's saying.
Well, no, because they're all professional teams with the same salary cap and everything like that.
And that is a very, very good rebuttal. I will give you that. I'm just saying, like,
there are no Rutgers in there.
There are no Rutgers, but
their guys drive Mercedes too.
And that's, you know what, Neal? I'll give you that. But I do understand why.
And did I say Michigan had to apologize for being there? Never.
No, but every single win that they had, I would have to come in almost on the defense, which is completely unfair, just for the record.
Is it?
Yes.
Why is it unfair when he's saying that even I can see that the Big Ten is not the old Big Ten. There's 2 teams in the Big Ten, and maybe, you know, a Wisconsin or a Penn State that actually like makes some noise. But you can't even compare it because the top to bottom is so different. So I guess here it is, Sam. You know why? Because Neal and I's expectations of the Michigan program
are more
higher than yours.
Yeah. Christ, here we go again.
Hey, Sam, it's the truth.
National championship or bust.
Everything
else is basically Rutgers.
That's the waters you're in.
Everything else is basically 5-7 Michigan State.
When you get in the playoffs, that's what it is.
Are you saying that every team in, like, is he disagreeing that the Big Ten is garbage?
It's not the SEC. It's one of the weaker Power 5
It's
conferences.
not even the Big 12, as we found out.
Right, and you know what? TCU proved that, and I will give you that.
I would think as a Michigan fan that the playoffs are bust every year, but I'm sorry, the expectations that I had when I played, Sam, was playoffs are bust every year.
Playoffs are bust, absolutely, but national championship or bust, I get it. If you
No, how about when you expect a team that say, hey, I can see this team winning? What would you want? Like, you're Michigan, for Christ's sake. Do you not get it that we expect that because you have the brand, because you have all these things? You are the leaders and the best, so be it. That's all it is.
Here's the comp, Sam Flannel.
We want you to be Alabama, bro,
Yeah.
so that you can play Alabama and Georgia all the time at that level.
And here's the comp, Sam Flannel. If the Lions get in the playoffs this year, I do expect them to win a game. Yes,
sure,
I do.
Sure.
And if they don't, I'll be pissed off about it.
I was very pissed off that Michigan lost to TCU. There was a Instagram meme when I filled in with Spencer on the final word one day where I said that their season in the national sense was a failure because they got upset by TCU. But I've always been of the camp that even making the college football playoff and winning the Big Ten, that is a form of success. You're acting like national championship, or you might as well be 5-7 Michigan State.
Well, that's the nature of the college football playoff.
Okay, but they still won the Big Ten. That's better than being Rutgers. It's better than being Nebraska or Michigan State. That's what I'm saying.
If that's enough for you, then okay.
It's not enough, but it's clearly
No, you're
better.
saying that it is.
I'm not saying that it's. Oh man, you're a master at what you do.
That's your level of acceptance, right? Well, I believe that the Big, but I don't think. You know what's the most frustrating thing, Sam, is the fact that of your Michigan, and you can agree with this, is they didn't play their game.
No.
The fact that pound the ball, I'm supposed to have the best off, right? So just be that. Like, I can go down losing if I see that instead of trying to be the smartest team or everything in the room. I want them to be that powerhouse. I think, and that's where Neal and I are a little different, because last year I would look at it as a success. You beat Ohio State, but you got one game on the Big Ten. Like, this is back to the Big Ten discussion. You got one game to win. The rest of them, you don't get any credit for because you're supposed to do that. That's all it's saying.
If you're a double-digit favorite, man,
and I look at it as being the Detroit Red Wings back in the 90s.
You're a double-digit favorite in every one of those games, man.
And that's fair, but I shouldn't feel like I have to apologize.
I didn't say you should.
They play who's in front of them.
Right. If you
just
feel you have to
accept it.
apologize, that's you feeling that way. We don't apologize for it. It's the way that it is.
Yeah. Fair
and
enough.
then beat somebody once you get there for a change. Try that.
And you know what? That's fair. They're 0-2 in the college football playoff, and last year's loss will burn in my soul for probably the rest of my life. And that's fair. That is very, very fair.
But again, and Chuck Brewer says, Neal, will you discount beating good teams this year with the Lions since the bar has been raised? No, because it's professional football. That's where it's different. There are no budget advantages.
You're still going to lose a game to a team you thought you were going to win.
100%.
It's going to happen. You're going to have 2 of those bad games, but the consistency is can you be a 10-11 win team?
And that's where it is. And no, they don't have to apologize. This is professional sports, man. You win, you get in, and you take your chances. Now, will I expect them? If they host a playoff game, I expect them to win that game. Yeah, sure. They'll be a favorite in that game.
And like you said, the easiest way to implode your season is losing against those bad teams. So you obviously have to beat them, and that is fair, and it is professional football. See, Neal, I'll give it to you when you have a good point, because they're all getting paid. They're all professionals. And I will never discount them winning. I'll never discount the Lions winning an NFL game. I will admit that. I will not.
Adam Baydoun just with the walk-in right now. What do we got here, D-Mac? What are we doing?
These are Pop-Tart delivered Pop-Tart bites on Punchki Day. So we got to make sure that we'll get them in. I'll check out the flavors as we go. But you know what? If you might be a little bit healthier in your lunchtime decisions than D-Mac, because you know what goes great with a Pop-Tart, Spenny?
Some lobster, I
guess. Yeah, lobster and Pop-Tarts, baby.
Well,
do the D-Mac diet.
If you want some lobster, you can go to Cousins Maine Lobster, because Cousins Maine Lobster Food Truck is up for Food Truck of the Year. Make sure you go vote for them at Freep.com, Best of Detroit, and follow them on Facebook at Facebook.com/CML Detroit for your chance to win a $300 Visa gift card. If they win, make sure you try Cousins Maine Lobster today. Scan that QR code right there and figure out where they are rolling around the city. It's Cousins Maine Lobster.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Let Guardian Alarm give you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians that take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need to call Guardian Alarm today. The number, 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, a day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. But I need you to call. The number, 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care about anything that is business, private, whatever, like our boy Sam Flannel. How many straight days of flannel protection?
217.
217 days of flannel protection, and don't you know Guardian Alarm will also protect my Pop-Tarts? Guardian Alarm, give them a call today. 1-800.
Stay out. Get out of my
backfield
house.
When you're guarded by Penei, Sewell, Micah Parsons.
Stay out of the meme game, Mike.
You don't even have to tell them. It's going to happen naturally.
Yep.
Absolutely, it's all
Already
there.
the best
Guardian
lineman of all
Alarm.
time, apparently.
Your local security experts, tell them, Big D Energy, we sent you.
Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, everybody crushing bite-sized Pop-Tarts.
Thanks, Danny. Confetti cake, frosted Pop-Tarts. Neal even had one.
I had one.
Stepped out. Yes, I agree, guys. Here, a little bit let me give you a little step aside, a little Pop-Tart
review.
OG. Trivia. Just see, they are a little bit breaded, a little bit, right? They might have a little bit of thickness, a little bit of cake onto them. Guys, the bites, listen, the bites, throw them in the milk, eat them like the cereal, softens it up, it slaps hard.
What do you got on it, Spenny?
These are good.
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll say that. They were pretty good.
I might like them better than regular Pop-Tarts.
Hey, you know what? Proud of you. You don't like Punchkis, that's cool, but you be a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, Spenny's one of the Pop-Tart OGs.
Oh, yeah.
They were all right. That's enough for me, though, that one.
No, that's all you needed.
That's all I needed.
But you're part of it, right? Guess who didn't get Pop-Tarts? Flannel. Couldn't get a hold of his wife. He asked for permission. She didn't get back yet. So.
Oh, man.
Too far.
Flag on that one?
It was great. It was great to see the missus come through the studio yesterday.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate
that.
Yeah,
it was great,
Yeah.
Sam. And anybody who hasn't seen, and I love it. So here's like the connection to Sam's golden doodle dog's name's Jake. That was my first dog's name. Was a golden retriever too, but I've had a golden doodle in the past. His name was Nash. They are the greatest, coolest dogs in the world. So at least you got something. Don't kick the dog, all right? No matter what.
But won't kick the dog.
Okay. Rich Diana, why doesn't Darren McCarty weigh 300 pounds?
You know what? Here's the thing, guys. It's a tough metabolism, and you don't want it of how we got here. Not many people could have survived, but don't go by this, all right? It's a well-oiled machine that only I have the specific ingredients of the gasoline for. So it's a combination. But strictly, it's like cannabis, coffee, and a whole bunch of processed sugar.
The Ski Mask boy says it because he's not Keith Kachuk. That's out of bounds.
Because what?
Because he's not Keith Kachuk.
Ooh, he's large.
Yeah, that's... I'm not allowing
I'm not
that
going
one.
there. Some guys, some guys age better. It's got to be because all my wrestling.
It must be.
Must be.
It must be. Oh yeah, here's the deal. I know we've broached the draft a little bit, and we've taken a look at it. And Spenny came up with a very simple question, and I think there's a very simple answer. And I'm curious to see how this goes because I want to know how passionate people are about it. Right here, right now, would you like to see the Lions trade up or trade down out of 6? Out of the number 6 pick? Because I'm noticing around town, there's a Will Anderson, Jalen Carter camp, which that's not going to be tenable at number 6. Thank you, Sam Bradford, you buster. And then there's another slide. What?
Oh, that's funny.
He is.
Hey.
Or there's
Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
That quarterback?
Baker Mayfield?
Or Baker Mayfield, sorry. Same dude. They're all Oklahoma quarterbacks are the same.
Pretty much the same guy, yeah.
Yeah, my bad. All Oklahoma quarterbacks are the same. Thank you, Baker Mayfield, you buster. Okay, edit that, reverse it. Or is it the trade down camp out of 6? Just in my gut, and it will depend on the quarterback run. This is where Anthony Richardson becomes very important. This is where C.J. Stroud becomes very important. Not them, the player. We know what they are as the college football player. I'm talking about them, the corporation. Them, the stock value.
Before you go with your answer either way, is it more apparent that where you're at 6 because of these questions that come into effect of who's going to be available, specifically Anthony Richardson, the hype and whatever, that the option to move up and back is there, right? Will be there more so. Like for me anyways, Neal, looking at some of the different trade, what's Carolina got 9. There was some deals with them and stuff like this. I guess, is it more important? I guess the counter question is it more important to know the guy that you want and go after the guy specifically you want, like Anderson and guys like that at the top if they're there, or is it important that you're keying on one of these cornerbacks? Because if it's one of these cornerbacks, then shouldn't you be looking how to move back to 9, pick up another pick and stuff like this? Then it makes more sense. So I think the fact that, again, having all these conversations, but to me, so that would answer to me right now, and as Sam says, with new information, we're allowed to change our opinions, even though sometimes he doesn't. I move back. I'm going down.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I am too. And I'll even go back for less than market value, right? Like I know there's that silly little draft pick value chart that they use and things like that.
But if you are doing that, it's because you specifically know that you can get what you want, right? It's okay to go less than market value if you're specifically targeting players, right, at those spots. Mm-hmm. Does that not make sense?
No, it does, yeah.
Right? So again, it's all these conversations, and again, it goes back to who's having these conversations. Brad Holmes, I feel good. That's what it comes down to, the guy in charge. And I think that as draft day approaches, not only with this team, with all the teams, right? That's the comfortable position, is that you're having these conversations and you're going to get better.
Here's the thing for me, too, with moving back is here's why I value moving back maybe more than the NFL draft pick value chart, that little Bible thing that everybody likes to cite all the time. Here's where it's different for me is because I like the cap savings. And just to give you guys an example, and it's not like a ton or anything like that, the number 6 pick last year got a $30.4 million contract. But the number 11 pick, which was Chris Olave, got a $21 million contract.
What'd the number 9 get?
Number 9 got $23 million. So, you're talking $7 to $9 million of savings.
So we have this conversation all along, Neal, that if I move back there and I pay a corner at that money with what's guaranteed, it fits more into what you're trying to do financially, right? What we're not trying to do is to pay a cornerback $10 million, $12 million, like above market value for being a 6 overall pick. But at 9, it seems like the value goes down. Where does it start going down? Is it like this after the 6th pick, right, where you're saying that's sturdy? What's the 7th? To the consistency of that, because there's got to be a breaking point, doesn't there?
Yeah, I mean, like Walker got the biggest deal, obviously, because he was number 1 pick. It was $41.5 million. That was the value of his contract. You go down to 10 at Garrett Wilson, it's $22.5.
So, and then what is 20th?
And then you keep going back. 20th was 15.3.
So right, so if you can do the math, and
the further back you go, the lower the gaps are. But right there in that, between 5 and 11. But also
your 5th-year option or whatever else is a lot lower.
That is the rub. Yeah,
right?
No doubt.
So I guess it's like sort of it would when you're building, unless you can get that guy. Right, unless you can get the Will Anderson guy, like whoever that top guy is, which is deterrent if Anthony Richardson shoots up the board, right?
Yeah, and you can get in the weeds too about, do you want to get creative and package 18 with a couple of your seconds to move up to 3? You know what I'm saying? Like if you fancy Will Anderson or Jalen Carter like that, you do have the arsenal. And look, through all this, and a lot of people on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread are driving at the same point. Sean Stanley says it very well. And Sean, I haven't noticed you in here before. Appreciate you tapping into the show. Brad Holmes going to do whatever it takes to get the guy he wants. People forget he tried to trade up to get Jamar Chase. And that's true, too. But that's part of it for me, Sean, because with Brad Holmes, even the guys he wanted to get were Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? And that's widely been reported, that the Lions were in the mix to try to get Jamar Chase. I think that's why they were so cool with where they were with the Bengals picking in front of them, because if they take Sewell, we'll take Chase. If they take Chase, we'll take Sewell, and we're cool. And that's the way that it played out.
Yeah, no, I mean, and the options, Neal. The options and who's making it. It's not specifically doesn't this, it always goes back to, you remember going into the draft when we had the 3rd overall pick? Like, could you imagine this regime at that time, right? Because it was almost like your hand was flipped over, face open. You're telling everybody that you're going to take a corner there, even though, you know what I'm saying? There was no mystery, right, about moving out of it or whatever to the guys that are in charge now. So I think it's interesting. I think the next big thing is the combine, to see who's shooting up the board and who's shooting down the board, but the excitement. But I guess the question I have for you, is Anthony Richardson the unicorn as far as the guy who's going to have the spotlight on him and the most going into this draft?
Well, that's the hope, right? Because he's going to test off the charts.
So that's the best. We want him. As Lions fans, you want him to break every record and off the charts and everybody being goo-goo gaga.
100%.
So that's what we're looking for.
That's going to be the one where...
Any chance Detroit drafts him at 6?
Well, that's... See, you know what's funny about that, D-Mac? I'll equate it like this. You know how, like, when I do a get right and we'll text that night, like, as the game's playing out, and I would say, hey, I take half my investment and I would spin it the other way here because there's value in getting the team with 23 points as opposed to the 11 that they were getting when it started. And I'm going to try to trap some of it and win it all. You have to be comfortable with being in that water, though, where it's not just going to go into that slot and stay there the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, you might be behind.
And you
right?
might need some things to go your way, but you need to cast that line out into the water and be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So that's where it is. Like with the Anthony Richardson thing, as he shoots up the boards, you're going to hear that talk pick up. And they're going to say, well, the Lions. And if, the Lions will say, hey, we're interested in them too. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable because I don't want the quarterback.
It's like the opposite of what they did with Tua. When the Tua draft with the Bob Quinn era and the Tua draft was there, they restructured the contract.
And they signed Chase Daniels the day before.
So everybody knew they weren't taking Tua, so nobody felt like it was a need to get in front of the Lions or to get the Lions pick to get Tua because they knew they weren't taking him. But with Brad Holmes, you don't know what the hell that means.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's why we should be excited, is because I know, and it's the same thing when we talk about, you said it yesterday about Steve Yzerman. The win streak, whatever like that, does not change what his mindset is to building this team coming trade deadline, right, Neal? It's like he's got a plan, and it's a long-term plan. I think that's what Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, too. But, hey, here's the thing. They're going to play poker. Let's go play poker.
You got to go all the way in, man.
And I believe that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes are all the way in guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you do. You need it. You need Will Levis. You need, and Sean Valentine says as well, you need multiple quarterbacks looking great in the draft. Not only Richardson. 6th overall is no man's zone. Being able to trade down for multiple picks is a dream. I love Will Levis.
Oh,
I think that name. I think he's a future Hall of Fame quarterback in the National Football League.
Will Levis.
And the Detroit Lions would do their franchise a disservice if they didn't take him if he was sitting there available at 6.
Absolutely.
And I'll pound the table.
I can't believe they're talking about Anthony Richardson. It should be him.
Either of them.
What about Bryce, too?
I watched them play each other, and you could see the talent was there. Now the stats didn't correlate, but you could see the talent was there.
But the stats on the next level will correlate.
And potential.
He's an NFL quarterback,
I saw the potential. Anthony Richardson, Will Levis was a battle for the ages. Go look up the box score, but that won't tell you the whole story. You have to go watch the tape of these two Titans, future NFL quarterbacking Titans. When they went head-to-head, look beyond the box score. Roll the tape. See the athleticism. See the arm strength. See everything that these two guys brought to the table. And you are a damn fool if you're the Seattle Seahawks and you don't take a look at Will Levis or Anthony Richardson.
Could you imagine Pete Carroll having Will Levis?
Oh my gosh. Oh, man. You have to do it. You absolutely it's malfeasance if you don't. If you're the Arizona Cardinals, you got Kyler Murray. You don't know if he's ever coming back. You have to take the quarterback of the future in Will Levis. Big, strong, mobile, arm strength. These guys don't just grow on trees. You don't get this opportunity all the time. If you're the Cardinals, you never plan on being back here. And if you take Will Levis at 3, Arizona Cardinals, you will never be back here in the top 5 of the draft. I promise you.
Wow. How do you not get hired? That was awesome.
I'm just speaking the truth.
Just selling that top 5.
I'm just speaking the truth. Will Levis is the ultimate comfort food when it
Chad
comes to the
Henne
draft.
Career backup, Will Levis. He could do that, bring you 2 championships.
Yep, absolutely. Will Levis, the comfort food of the draft. And Big Boy, your best spot for comfort food, because wintertime in Detroit's always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic Will Levis meatloaf, right, Spenny?
Yeah, give me the loaf.
Give him the loaf. The Cajun chicken Alfredo. That's the Anthony Richardson of the comfort foods. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. It's all out there for you. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. pros to Joes, you'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Jump and Puck, Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning. You'll find the cleanest salons in the D, spotless and sanitized rooms, and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. You can get the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, and Spencer Raxter's favorite, the Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. They are your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations. More on the way. That means there's one close to you. Again, go to ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Find out the one that works best for you. It's Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers Tan.
Yay. Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter.
The back of the head of the hardest working man at Woodward Sports. If you don't know Justin, that's it. And in case you haven't done Braylon Edwards' 40th birthday today, so we're getting some, what do they call that, logistics out of the way?
We are. Absolutely we are. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Everybody embracing the Will Levis era. Certainly would work in Detroit. Kool-Aid Kid says Anthony Richardson is a pew, pew, pew. If you missed that, go back to the first segment of the show and take a look at the Arizona Cardinals' new coach meeting his Arizona Cardinal team for the first time.
First, quick question. Is there even such a thing as an Arizona Cardinal fan? And if you're an Arizona Cardinal fan, what are you doing today? What do you do?
I know what I would be doing. I would be clamoring for them to draft Anthony Richardson or Will Levis. That's what I would be doing if I were an Arizona Cardinal fan. So you're out
buying mayonnaise, putting in your coffee, all that stuff.
100%.
Telling them we're all good.
Dirty Dr. D says, I heard Will Levis can throw a football over a mountain. I heard that too. I saw it on television. LFG says no to Will Levis. LFG, no to you. Because why would you deny the next generation of football quarterback stardom? I can only hope he's there for the Detroit Lions to take.
Oh, but there's no way
there's no way
because everybody ahead of us is too smart. Right? They know that. They would never let him fall to us.
Thomas Perry says, P.S. I don't want a quarterback in the draft. How can you not want Anthony Richardson or Will Levis? The next generation of quarterback star in the National Football League. Yeah, right.
If anybody out there is taking Neal too seriously, that he wants this, he's just putting it in the universe, because karma is real, that all these teams ahead take this. I can't believe
this isn't D-Mac. No. Don't say that to the people. This is not propaganda.
This is propaganda.
No, it is not propaganda.
Propaganda.
It is not propaganda.
Okay,
Spenny, tell the people.
It's not propaganda.
Who would you choose between Tom Brady and Peyton Manning? Because that's the choice I'm offering.
If I had the number one pick in the NFL draft, I'm taking Will Levis. It's as simple as that. If I had the number 2 pick in the NFL draft, obviously Will Levis would already be gone, so I'm taking Anthony Richardson.
Here's what I would do if I were the Bears. I would trade Justin Fields, and I would come up with a package, and I would pick 1 and 2 and take them both and never lose a game for the rest of time.
Yeah, run the double quarterback offense.
I would have both Will Levis and Anthony Richardson. And then I would plan the parade.
Josh S. says, we don't know ball. You don't know ball if you don't believe that Will Levis is the second coming of Tom Brady.
That's true.
Factual.
That is factual. Sexual. That's even sexual. Okay, I don't know ball, but you don't know the draft and how it works. I am doing my part. You guys are not doing your part right now. You need to get this hype train going. Get on my level here.
It's not propaganda if it works, somebody said.
Empires have been built on propaganda.
War bonds.
Uncle Sam needs you.
Yeah.
Neal Ruhl here for Mormon.
That was good. You must drop. See, Jerome Duncan gets it. Will Levis. Take the is out. Will Levis is the next Josh Allen.
No, he's greater than Josh Allen.
Those guys can't. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Like Joe
Montana. You can't
Montana.
pass up on him.
He's the next Joe Montana.
Right. Big Dan Davis says, if I was Chicago, I'd take Levis at 1 and make Justin Fields my running back. The Bears will go 16-0, win the Super Bowl this year.
Smart man.
Well, what if you took Will Levis and Anthony Richardson and traded up? Not only would you go 16-0, you'd go 17-0. And then 20-0.
Yep.
Because you'd win the Super Bowl. For the next 8 years, you'd never lose a game.
And then you piss Bill Belichick off for life because he wasn't able to have the perfect season.
That's all I'm saying, everybody. Robert Colosia says, Neal, you're violating the previously made Big D Energy rule. No saying the name Will Levis, remember? All I'm doing is just being real.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, and you know what? You got to get it out there. It is draft season, right, Sam?
Yes. Yes, okay. It is. You make the rule.
No sound? No.
Lions Odd says...
That's why.
That just makes me nervous, though, because I know that following that, the first couple times I hear it, someone's going to take Will Levis and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. You know, it would just be such a travesty if Will Levis and Anthony Richardson went and Jalen Carter had to fall to the Lions. Like, the Lions have to pick Jalen Carter because Will Levis and Anthony Richardson are already off the board. That would just be the worst case.
And I'm not even doing that for this.
Yeah.
I'm doing it just to say if we could just get little old Tyree Wilson.
Yeah.
You know, just a little engine that could. A guy that would try really hard. Now, that would be a hell of a dilemma if I had to choose between Anthony Richardson and another double-digit sack guy, right?
Yeah.
That would be hard. A DNC-ENT, he gets the program, D-Mac. I heard Will Levis gave his coat to a homeless man. He's a stand-up guy, 100.
Yeah.
Who was it? Hoof-hearted? Will Levis killed 2 stones with 1 bird.
Yeah.
That is true.
Get 2 birds stoned at once.
Big Dan Davis. If Levis somehow falls to 6, Brad Holmes will run to the podium to turn in the draft. He won't even hand in the draft card. He'll run to the podium and announce it himself.
Say it himself, yeah. He'll push Roger out of the way.
He doesn't even want a miscommunication or anything to happen. Doesn't want any of it. Dirty Dr. D. I heard Anthony Richardson could do 50 reps of 225. Chuck Brewer says it well. Neal, with new information.
Yes. ... Absolutely. Aren't we? Isn't that what Big D Energy is built around? With new information, you're allowed to change your opinion?
Yep.
Let's do it.
It's an all-time flanelism.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. What would you rather see happen? Trade up, trade down, or use the pick? 48% of you are saying that you would want to trade down. And I know that that's always the word, and I always want to do it too, unless Anthony Richardson or Will Levis is there. Then I don't. Then I want to keep the pick.
All right. That sounds good to me, but he's not going to be there.
I know that.
You know you're going to have to trade up to get one of those guys. And the rest of the league, they know it too. But they should come knocking on our door just to see, just in case. But yeah, I like to agree. Brad Holmes will beat Roger Goodell to the podium.
He will.
Jacob Harold in the Woodward Sports chat. Jesus walks on water. Levis swims through land.
So that's where it is, ladies and gentlemen. It was just a question. I want to get the temperature of the room. So everybody's in that camp, though. Let Brad Holmes cook.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
That's it.
I am glad, though, to see.
It's like Top Chef, baby. He's your James Beard Award winner. You like it, and what's he going to come out and serve you? Here, guys, this is what it is.
Do you feel like, and Spenny, I don't know what the view is on the heavyweights. Do you feel the people have kind of circled back? Because I know that everyone wants to get reckless and trade and trade picks to move up, or trade picks to get players and stuff like that. Has there been a level of acceptance? I feel that people have kind of circled back to say just let Brad Holmes cook. Is that the overriding message?
For sure. Brad Holmes is going to do what he does. And what he does is get studs.
And that's the bottom line, man. Like, I legit don't care what he does.
Doesn't matter. That's the beauty. It's the same thing. Now you know how I feel about Steve Eiserman. It's the same thing. You're just sitting back going, okay, I could do that, and we can mess around because no matter what, I feel they're going to make the best decision for this organization.
I'm going to end up getting drunk with Penei on draft night.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely.
I'm getting a wave of calm over me right now about it.
As you should, right? And when you play it out, because you know what's going to go on. It's not only the Anthony Richardsons. Who else is going to shoot up that board? Who else is going to be the next greatest coming out of the combine and stuff like this? The fact that I can't explain it.
Jack Stark, Will Levis, or Michael Mayer at 6.
We got to trade up.
That's tough. That's
Do you think somebody would take our 2 seconds and 18 to give us 5? Think Seattle would take that?
Yeah.
So we could get them both?
So we can get Michael Mayer and Will Levis.
The futures
the
now.
The quarterback tight end combination of the
Mahomes
future.
And Kelsey.
Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah.
Wow, if we're thinking it, some of these NFL teams are thinking it.
Boy, the rest of the league is effed.
It's fact.
It's a new generation insurance too, right, Sam Flannel?
Yes, and that is Swiss Insurance, of course, because Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It is very rewarding, but comes with great responsibility. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteer coach, directors and officers insurance is a must. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are protected. Call Swiss Insurance today or email them at mark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Just sitting here hoping and praying that we get a shot at Will Levis or Anthony Richardson in the draft. If you want them, you better trade up to get them. That's all I'm saying if you're the rest of the NFL. Especially the Meyer, Levis, or, oh my gosh.
The combo.
The killer combo.
Tight end.
Mahomes,
Quarterback,
Kelsey,
tight end.
2.0.
Tight end, the new wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. 1919.
Shoot,
Brad Holmes. Shoot.
Shots, explosives. Run. You can run.
Sam Flannel, we need that. We need that audio. Pew, pew, pew. Shots,
I got
explosive.
it. I got it. It's going to be easy to find at the beginning of the show, so perfect.
Beautiful.
I have it tomorrow.
I can send you the video if you want.
Perfect. Thank you, Spenny.
Helen St. James on Twitter has reported that Jacob Verana is in tonight. Philip Zadina out tonight for the Red Wings at the Capitals as they play the biggest regular season game in the last 6 years. Is that fair?
Yeah, and why would
Until the next one.
Why would you come out and say that? Well, because
it is.
They're chasing the playoffs. The last place to get into the playoffs, trailing Florida, who's got 64 points. They got 60. Washington's got 62. This is the proverbial 4-point game in your division. They have no Alexander Ovechkin. You're going to, we all know Jacob Verana coming back from what he's been dealing with, and he was traded from Washington. So going back to his first game in his old building against his old team, hopefully he can be motivated. But yes, Neal, I would say biggest game of the year so far because it solidifies that road trip. If you can solidify that road trip at 4-1 and even get a point, 3-1-1, then you've done a great job because it doesn't get any easier with the games coming up against the Rangers and Tampa at home. So big game tonight. Dial it in. If you are a playoff team, you win these games. That's it. Bottom line.
And that's not me saying that. Darren, can you say that one more time?
If you are a playoff team, you win these games. This is exactly what it is. So these are the games. This is exactly when I say the analogy of winning 2 games to get into the finals. This is what's going to come after. You're going into Washington. They're 2 points ahead. You have to win this game. This is the most important game of the season, whatever like that. This is the playoff because you set yourself up, even with the ebbs and flows, to get to this point. And it's to continue all that good. Now, people are asking, why is Zadina out, rest, hurt elbow, whatever like this?
Verana's a more viable option to score. That's my thinking.
Absolutely. And the way this team's playing, right, he's not coming in the lineup for anybody else. So, and obviously Zadina just is coming back also, coach's decision stuff.
Verana's more viable to score. Like, that's it. There is no code. There's no thought process behind it. Verana's a better goal scorer.
And you can't take out Suter because Suter's been on a heater lately.
It's very simple. Like, guys, and I know this is new. Can we Woodward Sports chat pull this one? Are we comfortable? Are you comfortable with calling tonight must win? Like, are we there? Are we still on the Nedeljkovic thing where, I hate to see him get sent down?
Listen,
like, this is how it works in the real world.
I'm going to tell everybody here, you know how it's different? Because our boy Neal Ruhl proved to me yesterday that things were different. So what did you tell? And here's our exchange last night at about what time?
It's about 8:30ish, something like that.
About 8:30, and you text me and you said, God damn it. Islanders just scored, and I pissed off because they tied it up in these 3-point games. And, don't worry, they just scored again. So, to that point, it's because of 3-point games, because of going over, because of the ties. But I said, you know how it's different, Neal? Because you're scoreboard watching. He says to me, scoreboard watching? I'm watching the freaking game. That's what's different, guys. Let it go. Enjoy it. Use this this is sort of like your warm-up to working out. Right? You don't just jump into the game. You got to stretch. You got to warm up. You got to do things like that.
Yeah.
This is your warm up, not only for this year, but for what's ahead. So sit back and enjoy. And for me to hear that from you, Neal, was absolutely things that changed.
Yeah, and I was watching Islanders Penguins, pissed off because the Islanders scored to tie the game with 9 minutes left. And then ecstatic they scored a minute later. And then when Pittsburgh pulled the goalie, it was electric. And then the Islanders scored the empty netter, and I was like, whew, we're home free. No free points for teams we're chasing.
But that's the whole thing is now get involved as we're getting down. If you want to get invested, start watching around and see where they're at. Now, Thomas, I see you in there looking for the steak sandwich upgrade. Can't do it. Can't pull it out. Can't pull it out here because there's certain things that I got to see. This is a new test for them that they have to pass in my eyes, right? Because of this. But again, you might hear something for one of these big games coming to the weekend. But tonight, we're just going to be like everybody else, and we're going to white knuckle this, but we're going to enjoy it.
And in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Chuck says, there is no must win, a needed win, yes. And I would disagree with that, Chuck, because you have Washington with no Ovechkin. If you are a playoff team, as my good compatriot Darren McCarty said, if you're a playoff team, you win this game because you have to have it, Chuck. And here's why. You got the Rangers and Tampa coming in. Then you're at Ottawa for back-to-back games because of that snowstorm. And oh, by the way, Ottawa's 2 points behind you. You see how things get compacted?
Right. So to Chuck's point, right, and to get deeper than schematics, and not even to the point of what Washington's missing, it's what Detroit has built. Forget about what everybody else is doing, because you can't. You got to look in that locker room and look at the fact that you've won 5 of your last 6 games. You have to come home after this road trip. If you're 4-1 and have got 8 out of 10 points, you're feeling it. Going into 2 of the biggest games at home. Every game's the biggest game of the year.
And
but this is why it's the biggest game. Because what you did out west and what you did at home before the 6 games has set yourself up to be in this position. You can't let go of the rope that you're climbing back to the playoffs and slide down. You have no room because what's behind you? You're looking up, but you got... Who's behind you, Neal? You got Ottawa that are 2 points behind you. I mean, like there's 4 teams that are within 6 points. This is the way it is. This is.
And here's the thing, Chuck, and this is why he says, Neal, then you're setting yourself up. If we lose tonight, the season's over. No, it just gets infinitely harder then. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in the mix with 4 teams, somebody's going to win that night.
You know
One of those 4 are going to win.
You ever played Price is Right and they had that Mountaineer game where the yodeler goes up? It's like, did you guess the answer before you go over the edge? You got to tick up because it's what you're building. Now it just gets harder, so it's percentages, right? It's such a it's the biggest game, and it's set up for them to win. Coming up because they got rest. They got out there early, and I don't care. It's on the road, right? They're missing Ovechkin and stuff like this. So this will tell you, because this is a playoff game that you have to win in the playoffs. This is a game you have to win in the playoffs. You got to be able to go into Washington and win a game. So might as well do it tonight.
And that's what it is, and it's what DMAC, how it's laid out. Right, I knew they weren't going to win the Seattle game. That's too big of an ask for anybody. For anybody to do what they did out west, you can give them a break on that one. But this one, you've been in Washington now for going on 2 days. You got to have it. No Ovechkin, you got to have it.
I will throw this out though, that if you are a degenerate and you need to throw something on the game, why not throw Veron to score? I mean, this is one of those games where the universes align, that I wouldn't put it by him to maybe find a way, because he will find his way on the second power play probably at some point.
I like it. I do like that. Hoofhearted says Zadina's been in the league 5 years now. It's hard to expect he's going to take another step forward at this point. And look, that's where I am with it. That's why Verana's a better play. He's more likely to score. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not about feelings anymore.
Wait, but plus Zadina, but Zadina at 1.8 is right where he's at, right?
Yeah, he is.
As opposed to Verana. All right, bud, paying you 4 times that much, 3 times that much.
Will be 3 times the player.
Right. Let's go. And if he has the confidence, if he buys in, he's got the ability to. It's like adding a guy at the trade deadline from another team. Right?
Yes.
This can only help you if he's engaged all in and ready to play. And from what I know about highly talented hockey players, no matter at what level, when they start seeing the puck go in the net, it's irrelevant. They'll put it in the net at any level.
Yeah. I'm excited though. Like I'm pumped up for this one. I'm gonna watch.
Are you excited or are you stoked?
I'm juiced. I'm juiced for it.
And juice is between excited and stoked.
Absolutely, I am. Like I'm pumped up. Spenny, you gonna be locked in tonight, man?
Oh yeah,
100%. Sam Flannel, you even gonna tap in?
Yo. I'll try LFG.
Absolutely.
They wanted me to sing the yodeling song tomorrow from the Mountaineer.
I would love to get really reckless tomorrow. And this win would give us an opportunity to get a little reckless and have a very, very long, happy segment about hockey. So I'm all for that. I'll definitely be tuned in. Let's go Red Wings.
I like this. Rack says Neal is jazzed to watch this game tonight.
Jazzed.
Keaton says I'm torqued out. Go ahead, guys. I'm sad we got to go to a commercial break right now.
Yeah. Throw him in there because
what are
there's
you?
a word out there.
What are you to watch the Red Wings game tonight? I'm juiced. What are you?
I'm bricked up.
Geared up.
I'm bricked up.
Oh, man, I was bricked up at Planet Fitness a couple minutes ago, the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports, home of the judgment-free zone. You can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere for just $10 a month. The Black Card membership, certainly an option as well. You basically own Planet Fitness. You get access to over 2,000 of them around the world. You can bring a guest. And guys, look, I do this periodically. Let me bottom line it for you. I couldn't imagine myself at another gym. I've been going on 3 years there at Planet Fitness. Every club I go to is spotless. It's great. You never have to wait for any kind of equipment. There's always wide open spaces everywhere you go. Tons of equipment to work out on. Whatever you need to get done, you get done. You go in there, and it's up to you. And you do it. And you spend the time in. You put the time in. And guess what you get? You get the only thing that follows work. Results. That's what you get from Planet Fitness. Go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Coming on the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel here with you. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Are you comfortable calling tonight a must-win game? 83% of you say yes. And that's what this is, man. They got no Ovechkin. You're in the mix. You got to have it. Because as D-Mac likes to say, I don't think people are fully grasping your 4-point night.
3-point?
Well, it's 4. You're either going to get 2 or lose 2, right?
4-point, yeah. So if you're in the standings and when you play within the division, right? So if you win the game, if Detroit being at 62 points gets to 64, right? And Washington doesn't get any points. So the fact that you lose ground, whereas Washington would pull more 4 points ahead. So when you play head-to-head, it's what you're going to lose because it's sort of like gambling. You know what I mean? You got $100 in, but you win 100, you take 200 out, but you're still in for the 100.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a difference. So you don't want to get... Bottom line, just win.
Just win, baby. Rich Diana, he's pumped. Kool-Aid Kid says, geeked. And we're asking, what are you to watch a Red Wings game tonight? I said that I was juiced. Spenmo said he was bricked. So, Chips Niz says, I'm quarter chub, ready to watch.
Hell yeah.
Charisma says I'm geeked. Osvaldo says that he's cracked. That's good. Jeremy Anderson said I'm jonesing. RJ Graham says I'll have to get a Little Caesars pizza to watch. So there is that too. But people are fired up. There is no doubt about it, and you should be, man. Haven't won a playoff series in this town in a decade. A decade, man. It's time.
Yeah, no, I mean, and at least we're in, like, look at the conversations that we've had today. Look at the conversations about, being looked at all the different, we're talking football and the way that we're looked nationally, the hockey-wise. I mean, everybody knows that we're coming. So it's are we ahead of schedule or not? And these guys have done a great job. It's been, look at the ebbs and flows of the season, right? A lot of it is comparison to our Lions fandom, too. Early in the year, it was... not looking too good, but then it looked like they figured it out. And the one thing that's a constant is that they're playing. So what you're seeing now is them, the system, the 1-1-3 implemented, stuff like this, but they're getting the job done on the PK, right? They're getting the job done on the power play, and they're winning faceoffs. They're doing all the little things. So, again, I can't say. I'm stoked. Stoked is my word. I'm stoked for tonight.
Stoked is your word?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's cool. But we've talked about it all here today. Certainly the Jalen Ramsey recruitment by Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Micah Parsons stuff, so make sure that you go back to check that out. Tomorrow's a Who's It Wednesday, Spenmo.
Okay.
So give us the who questions tomorrow. I saw you have a good one that we didn't get to last week that we're going to get to tomorrow, just to give you the tease.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham or Jamison Williams, who has the higher ceiling in Detroit? We'll get to that one tomorrow on the Who's It Wednesday. Second hour's all that. WoodwardSports.com chat poll real quick. I like to do a financial breakdown on Wednesday, too.
Yeah.
Y'all want the Packers or the Bears tomorrow? We did the Lions last week.
I'd like the Bears unless Aaron Rodgers is out of his darkness and made a decision, so we know. So let's wait till his decision's made. Let's do the Bears.
Yeah.
A lot of talk about, the rumblings around. The Bears they might trade Justin Fields. maybe they're looking at Will Levis.
I'm hearing a lot of people that I listen to that I respect a lot, and Spenmo's got it up there now. I'll do the will of the people. Who should we break down financially tomorrow, the Bears or the Packers? I'm hearing a lot of people that I respect a lot that are talking that talk about Justin Fields, the trade Justin Fields, all that kind of stuff. And then you take the quarterback. And the reasons, they're financial people that I follow. And the reasons were intriguing. Because you know how we talked about, and I think it fits nicely with the Red Wings, where people have been clamoring, right, for the free agent, and even Brad Holmes to a degree, where people clamor for the big headline free agent signing, right? People are asking that about.
Well, I mean, it starts our conversation today about Micah Parsons saying that no one wants to go to Detroit.
Right.
Right? So we haven't brought that big free agent in yet.
But it hasn't been time.
Thank you very
Timing.
Thank you very much. And that's the same thing that Brad Holmes and Steve Eisman have in common, is it seems that Brad Holmes is going to give it to you when he wants and when it's right for the Lions, not when we want.
Right. And for the Bears, I think what they want to do is they want to line up timing. And they almost want to reset the rookie quarterback contract timeline. Because Fields now, this will be his third year in the league, right? I want to say third year in the league, Sam Flannel?
Third.
So, now you're looking at, you got three more years left to control, whereas if you get your pick of the quarterbacks. You can take Bryce Young if you want, and then boom, that quarterback clock resets, and then you go forward. But we will. Well,
I mean, and it's not really like financially, and I think we could talk about it. Like they have the ability to move on from him, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
Like 100%. It's not like they're tied.
Well, they'll get assets for him.
No, absolutely. Because think about the team that's going to take him on, going to have him under contract for the next couple of years, and decisions to do.
Imagine if there were a team out there too that like ran an offense to where, the quarterback runs a lot.
Are we going to see quarterback swap between Baltimore and Chicago? No, but I mean, are we going to see, because I'm assuming you're talking about Baltimore.
Well, yeah, I mean that would be the franchise, but see, like they could slap the non-exclusive on Lamar and let him go to free agency, or they could franchise him and trade him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do the non-exclusive tag, you'll get 2 first-round picks by whoever signs them, and someone's desperate.
Is there a
enough
way
to do it.
that we could see a Lamar for Justin Fields trade, or that doesn't?
No, I
work?
don't think the Bears would want to go that route.
Okay, but the Bears could, right? Exactly. So I guess sitting here right now, is there a higher likelihood of do you think that it's that there's an argument to this that they're moving on from Fields?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. If it were me, I probably wouldn't go that route.
But financially,
financially, it makes a lot of sense
because they got the most. Don't they have the most? They're in their bag.
Oh,
Neal
yeah.
Ruhl worthy.
Oh yeah.
Like
they could go. They could be like Spenmo on a Saturday night at a local gentleman's establishment with a bag full of cash. Just irresponsible.
Mm-hmm. Are we talking about Rain Dakota Prescott again? 100%. Making it rain, attaboy. Making it rain, baby.
Coming to the stage, it's Rain Prescott.
I think I've seen her dance.
Does throwing ones count as a charitable donation that I could write off on my taxes?
If you can track it back. Can you offer the entertainer? Can they provide you with the receipt?
Probably not.
Well, you try.
Pray I don't get audited.
Yeah.
Hey, napkins are a form of paper to write down.
That's true.
Receipt.
Let's go Red Wings party. Coming to the stage, Rain Dakota. On deck, it's Jordan Love. Oh man, I wish I would have did that at 12:50 instead of 12:48 because there's not really anywhere that you
can't really go anywhere from there.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Who do you want to see broke down financially tomorrow? Bears 51%, Packers 49%. So it's close. We'll give it through the break. When we get back from the break, we'll cut it off, and whatever it is, it is. I'm of the people, D-Mac. I want what the people want. So everyone get those votes in right now, and through the commercial break where D-Mac tells you about Alta, you can get it in. By the way, too, haven't asked questions of D-Mac in a while. Drop that in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, too. You got a question for D-Mac? Go throw it in there. I have one for him too, and it's a bit personal, so I'll get clearance before the commercial break is over. But D-Mac, tell them about the Bog projects.
Absolutely. At Alta, uptime matters. You should know that Alta equipment has everything you need to get the job done. As Neal said, if you got a Bog project coming up because of the weather and stuff, Alta Rent. They got you covered. Call them today, 844. Go to Alta. It's 844. Go to Alta.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
The Full League Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Full League. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at fullingwarehouse.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel here with you. Happy to have you along for the ride. All right, we said we would cut it at the conclusion of the commercial break. Who should we break down for the financial breakdown Wednesday? Cut it off, Spenmo. 50-50, Bears or Packers. We'll put it to the Minister of Accountability. Who you want to talk about tomorrow?
We're going to go to the Bears.
All right, Chicago Bears.
And because we got to wait to see what Mr. Darkness does. Or what decision the Darkness does. Not that it's going to mean anything.
No.
But I just want to put it in. And I want to know the Bears because, like I said, they got the bag and they got
the numbers are staggering.
And I don't think people understand that because I didn't understand that. Wait, in compare, like give some people the levity of it. Like the Bears have this much where the rest of the teams.
Yeah.
Like, they've set themselves up to be able to dictate what they want to do if they want to move on from Justin Fields, who that's saying something big, isn't it, just after into the third season?
Oh, no question about it. I'll give you the exact numbers right now as it sits. Just to give you an idea, the Chicago Bears have $98 million in cap space. They're the most in the league. Number 2 is the Atlanta Falcons with $56 million.
That's huge because that's options. Think how many great players you can plug in just between their top and your like
but
30-some
we'll take a look at it. Tim K says the Bears are at least 5 years from being relevant. I disagree, and that's what we'll talk about tomorrow.
No, right?
The money says no. The draft capital says no.
I think that when you understand the money situation is why next year is sort of our window before the Bears can sort of get back on track.
Yeah.
They had to pull off into the garage to fix the car, but now they're coming back on the road. But, hey, you had a great question.
I did, and we're going to do Ask D-Mac, and there are a couple sliding in right now. And I wanted to ask you this one, D-Mac, because we knew the stakes, right? I was watching Seattle Red Wings Saturday night. I was locked in, and I knew it was going to be an uphill affair. Coming off back-to-backs in Edmonton and Calgary, one day off, then you're in Seattle. Seattle's got it going a little bit. And I hadn't watched Seattle a ton, if at all season long. And I was surprised how different they were from last year. They play at a pace. Like, they go.
Huge pace.
Yeah, they go.
It's that West Coast offense in the NBA.
Yeah.
Run and gun.
Run and gun. And they were going. I thought that would probably play a part. And the wings looked a half a step slow. So the question I had for you, D-Mac, was, and I know it's, kind of, you've been public with some of your, some of your private battles that you've had. And I just want to know, how could you ever play that game hungover? How?
Okay.
They were flying up and down that ice.
Listen. You couldn't. I don't think you could play this game, and not saying guys don't or whatever like this, but back in the day and the few times when we did, and if you hear guys saying about playing guilty, that's playing guilty. But in our game, a lot of the times it'd be usually more for one of those physical games, right? When it was a battle. I remember there a couple. I remember one in Buffalo, because the first time we'd been to Buffalo, so we had to go get the Anchor Bar and all that stuff. Well, we were out. Jim Kelly's a little late. Next day we won 6-1. Usually, what you do on my part, right, when there's physical guys, Brad May, Rob Ray, guys in the line, Matt Barnaby, guys in the lineup, get in a fight early. Gets you into the game. You've done your stuff. You got on the score sheet. The best one is that we're in Calgary, and I believe it was Halloween was the day before or whatever. But it was team shenanigans. But I was hungover for the game. In fact, we were up like 4-1 late in the game, and Paul Cruiser, tough guy, lines up against me and asked me for a fight, trying to stay in the lineup, and as fourth, and I got to obligate him out of respect and code for the game. He hit me like 4 times before I even realized I was in a fight. So yeah, I wouldn't advise it. But to the point is, as the game has changed, that was a lot of the norm. You see the more slap shot mentality, and it's changed. So I think I played hungover maybe twice in my career, right? But nowadays, there's no way. The game's too quick.
Yeah, and
it's too physical, and it's too and they're on top of you, right? You know what I mean? It's more regimented than ever. So I think it would be harder, and I wouldn't suggest it.
That's a piece of advice for you. Honolulu Blue Sparty, D-Mac, who would you rather have, Will Levis or Tom Kennedy on the Lions roster?
Will Levis.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a tough one.
We'd have to maneuver to keep them both.
Yeah, could we find a way in our cap to keep Tom? Listen, if I had to sacrifice Tom Kennedy, the only guy I'd sacrifice him for is Will Levis.
Yeah, Tom Levis. That's what people are talking about. Let's go Red Wing Sparty. Ask D-Mac. If it were up to you, would you change the playoff format back to seeds 1 through 8, or would you keep it how it is now?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think there should be a conversation about it. I haven't delved into it too much because we haven't had a playoff team here in 10 years. So it doesn't matter, but maybe in the future
playoffs,
it would benefit. But I think, to that argument with the season, that I saw a graphic last night that Boston is on pace to tie us 62 wins for the league record in wins, which is unbelievable, right? So I think that they should be benefited. The President's Trophy team should have more of a benefit with home ice and stuff like that. So up for discussion when we get back in the playoffs. Now it's time probably to have the discussion.
Got to get in there first before we start complaining about it.
Well, that's
right?
all I'm saying. I'm just saying it's tough to complain about it when you're not even at the party.
You want to hear something really bad too? And I thought about this morning when I was on the treadmill at Planet Fitness. I was thinking about the NHL playoff stuff, and I was like, how great would it be to get in? And then I saw that they showed like the record of Boston, and they've lost 8 times. Remember how this started before Halloween? And it's like March, and they've lost 8 times. And then I was thinking about it, I was like it'd be great to get in, but I'd really like to get into the 7 spot and not not be the last one in. I don't want any part of what Buffalo has to offer. None whatsoever.
Really? Columbus once beat Tampa Bay. So I'm saying no, I'm kidding. But but that there is precedent for
but again,
that.
We were 62 13-7 the year we set that record, 95-96. 13 losses. But here's the whole thing though. It's not the worst thing if this year you get into 8th place and you have to go against the juggernaut, because then you'll know what mountain you have to climb in the future. So Neal, to your point, no, I want Boston. Just because it's not about this year. It's about the future.
All right. Well, that will wrap it up for today. Big game tonight. Everybody tap into Wings Washington. We will discuss it tomorrow. So for D-Mac, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, my name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in to Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.